I am very pleased today to report that a victory has been won in the war for freedom of conscience, freedom of speech, the freedom to think, to write, to publish, and to discuss the ideas that one sees fit. About a week and a half ago, in a prior video presentation, I exposed the existence of a Facebook group titled "'Tis a Shame So Many Books Go Unburned," a group that very seriously, as was later explicitly confirmed by its founder and other members, desired to eliminate, coercively, any piece of literature that did not agree with radical Catholic dogma professed by the group's members, dogma that was popular around the 16th century. Anything that departed from that worldview, anything that argued against it, anything that offered a dramatically different worldview, including works like The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, two treatises on government by John Locke, the works of Voltaire, the works of Nietzsche, the works of Ayn Rand, the works of other great authors throughout history, was put on this book's burning list, including a novel by yours truly. Now, I argued that even though this group's ideas were filled with hate and vile and appalling, no censorship of a coercive type should be used against that group. To be consistent with the premises of a free society, we need to allow all speech, even vile and distasteful speech, to exist. However, that did not mean that we should just sit still and allow this kind of thing to pass without any consequences. There need to be consequences to that kind of appalling intolerance, but they should not be legal consequences. They should be social consequences, including but not limited to argumentation of the contrary and the right ideas, ridicule of the fanatics who would hold such intolerant beliefs, and exposure to as many other people as possible of the fact that there are these appalling sentiments out there, and that certain people hold these sentiments, in an attempt to provoke a justified indignation against that kind of behavior. And indeed, over the past few days, I have been very pleasantly surprised as to how powerful the social reaction against this book-burning group has been. Indeed, today I discovered the existence of a group that arose in reaction to the book-burning group. This group also exists on Facebook. It's titled "'Tis a Shame People Want to Burn Books." Now, I did not found this group. I did not even instigate its founding. I was not directly involved in any way. This group was founded by one Meriwether Clark from Northwestern University, whom I salute and congratulate for achieving this remarkable feat. What is even more remarkable about this group is that it has 69 members as of my last viewing, which is more than the 56 members that the book-burning group has. That is to say, this group in just a few days has been able to amass a larger social reaction against the group that advocates censorship and intolerance than the original stimulus that gave rise to the reaction. And consider that the book-burning group has been around for many months, and this group is quite new. So, I am pleased to report that the free market of ideas works, and it works wonderfully, at debunking falsehoods and at leading people to see the problems with censorship, the problems with intolerance, the problem with suppressing ideas, however disagreeable they may be to oneself or to one's worldview. And I believe that the battle against this particular Facebook group, against this particular cadre of fanatics, has been won, because now enough people know about the fact that they hold these ideas, about how ludicrous these ideas are, about how evil this kind of censorship is, and the absolutely devastating consequences that it would lead to. And this is not a centrally directed effort. No single individual has planned it. No single individual controls it. That doesn't occur in the free market of ideas. No, many people, tens of people, perhaps hundreds of people, many more people than are members in the book-burning group and many more people than are active in that group, are involved in a grassroots effort to show the world why that group is wrong, and why that group's ideas are not just wrong, they don't have the dignity of being an opposing ideology. People who want to burn books, they're not just another point of view. They are uncultured, uncivilized, uneducated barbarians. And anybody with a grain of learning, anybody with even the slightest bit of erudition, recognizes that the advocacy of book burning is a relic of a dark and savage past, and it needs to be consigned to the dustbin of history, to the dustbin of the dark and savage past. We must never allow that kind of coercion and censorship and intolerance to appear in our world. So, I salute all the individuals who contributed to an effort to debunk and render impotent the ideas of this book-burning group. And I hope that this effort will continue, and I hope that similar efforts will be applied to other groups of fanatics throughout the internet and throughout the rest of our society.